Have you ever wondered if you could truly be happy without depending on anyone else? In a world that constantly pushes us to seek connection, validation, and approval, the idea of finding joy in solitude might seem impossible. But what if I told you that everything you need to feel whole and at peace already resides within you? As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This timeless wisdom reminds us that happiness isn't something we chase in others, it's something we cultivate within ourselves. In this video, we'll explore practical steps inspired by Stoicism to help you embrace solitude, love yourself fully, and find genuine happiness from within. You'll discover how to let go of the need for external validation, build self-acceptance, and create a life that feels meaningful even when you're alone. So stay with me until the end, because this journey could completely transform the way you see yourself and your life. True happiness isn't found in the noise of the world, it's found in the quiet strength of your own soul. Let's dive in. Number 1. Embrace freedom by letting go. In our lives, we often find ourselves holding on to the familiar, even when it brings us pain. This could be a relationship that has long since lost its spark, a job that no longer inspires us, or unhealthy habits that chip away at our well-being. These attachments can feel like invisible chains, binding us to a cycle of dissatisfaction. We cling to them not because they bring joy, but because they offer a false sense of security. So, I ask you, are you truly happy living in this endless loop? Stoic wisdom teaches us that while we cannot control everything that happens, we can control our responses. Letting go is not a sign of weakness, it is an act of courage. It involves recognizing that some things no longer serve us and affirming that we deserve better. Yet, why do we fear letting go? Often, we mistake it for giving up. In reality, letting go is a powerful form of liberation, a declaration of our right to pursue happiness and a better life. Consider this. Imagine you are scaling a mountain, burdened by a heavy backpack filled with stones. Each stone symbolizes a pain, disappointment, or toxic relationship. As you climb, each step becomes more challenging, each breath more labored. You may think that this backpack is essential, a part of who you are. But what if you could set it down, removing the unnecessary weight? Suddenly, your ascent would feel lighter, your breaths easier, and your spirit freer. You would climb with renewed vigor, unencumbered by the burdens you've carried for too long. Stoicism reminds us that letting go is also about acceptance, accepting that not everything is within our control, and that not everything we hold on to is meant to last. Reflect on this. If I let go of this, could I make room for something better? More often than not, the answer is yes. Those who cling to unhealthy relationships cannot welcome genuine love, and those stuck in unfulfilling jobs miss the chance to discover their true passions. Recognizing the need to let go is just the beginning. The real challenge lies in taking action. Stoic philosophy encourages us not to let fear dictate our choices. What we often fear is not the change itself, but our imagined version of it. Start with small steps. Ask yourself, does this truly make me happy? If the answer is no, muster the courage to take action. This might mean having an honest conversation, making the bold decision to leave, or jotting down the changes you wish to implement. Each small action is a step toward freeing your mind and spirit. When you learn to let go, a profound sense of freedom begins to fill your life. Picture someone standing at the edge of the ocean, watching the waves crash against the shore. The waves never cling to the sand. They flow back into the sea, gaining strength and power. Similarly, when you let go of negativity, you lose nothing. Instead, you gain resilience and create space for what truly deserves to be part of your life. Remember, life is a journey, and you don't need to carry everything with you. Hold only what truly belongs to you, what makes you stronger and happier. Don't fear letting go or the loss that comes with it. The things that matter will remain, while what doesn't will naturally fall away like autumn leaves, making room for the fresh blooms of spring. Are you ready to lay down your burdens? Are you prepared to release the invisible chains that hold your spirit captive? If the answer is yes, begin today. A freer, happier life awaits you just beyond the horizon. You deserve it, so take that first step toward your liberation. Number 2, embrace solitude for self. Acceptance. Have you ever taken the time to truly listen to yourself in the stillness of solitude, or not just those moments when you're alone by circumstance, but the times when you consciously choose to be alone as a way to explore your inner self? Stoicism teaches us that true happiness doesn't come from seeking validation or fulfillment from others, but from learning to love and accept ourselves wholeheartedly. As Epicurus wisely stated, "He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing." This profound truth reminds us that contentment starts within, and solitude is the first step in building a deep and meaningful relationship with ourselves. Embracing self-love is not merely a trendy phrase, it's a vital commitment to your well-being. It means acknowledging not only your strengths, but also your imperfections, and doing so without judgment. Rather than viewing your scars as flaws, see them as badges of honor, testaments to your resilience and growth. Each morning, take a moment to stand before the mirror, not to criticize, but to gaze deeply into your own eyes and affirm, "I am who I am, and I am enough." Savor the small moments you dedicate to yourself, whether it's enjoying a warm cup of coffee, diving into a captivating book, or simply sitting quietly by the window, watching the world unfold. There's a significant distinction between solitude and loneliness. Solitude is a powerful, choicer, sacred time to reconnect with yourself and shed the burdens imposed by the outside world. Picture yourself strolling along a serene beach, the gentle waves lapping at your feet and the soft breeze caressing your face. In that moment, you need no one else because you are fully present with yourself. As Marcus Aurelius beautifully expressed, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This is the essence of solitude, a sanctuary where you can restore your spirit and tap into your inner strength. Conversely, loneliness is that hollow feeling that arises when you're disconnected from yourself. Even in a bustling crowd, you can feel isolated if you're not at peace with who you are. Remember, true happiness lies not in trying to please others, but in embracing your authentic self. Have you ever pondered, can I truly be happy on my own? If your answer is no, then now is the perfect time to embark on a journey of self-discovery. Dedicate time to genuinely experience solitude, not as a retreat from society, but as an opportunity to rejuvenate your mind and nourish your soul. In this quiet space, you'll uncover answers to questions you may have avoided. Free from the judgment of others, you'll be able to make clearer, more authentic choices. Consider setting aside a day free from social media and the noise of the outside world, just you and your thoughts. What insights might you gain about yourself? But awareness alone isn't enough. Stoicism teaches us that knowledge is meaningless unless it's transformed into action. Start with small steps to cultivate a friendship with yourself. Learn a new skill, nourish your body with wholesome meals, or jot down positive reflections in a journal. These seemingly minor actions can lead to significant transformations. When you feel whole in your own presence, the world around you becomes lighter, brighter, and more meaningful. Take a moment to reflect, when I'm alone, what do I feel in my heart? If your immediate response is emptiness, don't view it as a weakness, see it as a signal to deepen your connection with yourself. As you nurture this bond, solitude will shift from being a challenge to becoming a precious opportunity to unveil the hidden power within your soul. Remember, happiness isn't something bestowed upon you from the outside. It's ignited by the fire within. When you become the light of your own life, nothing and no one can dim your brilliance. Be bold and declare to the world that you're ready to embrace self-love, ready to release what no longer serves you. Leave your mark with the powerful affirmation, "Happy with myself." This is the beginning of a transformative journey back to yourself, a journey rich with love, strength, and purpose. Number 3, purify your life from negativity. Take a moment to close your eyes and truly feel your life feel as light and serene as a gentle morning breeze, or do you sense a heavy weight pulling you down, hindering your progress? This weight could stem from the sting of harsh words, draining relationships that leave you feeling exhausted, or habits that, though familiar, no longer serve your well-being. Stoicism teaches us that achieving peace of mind begins with the essential practice of purification, removing toxic elements that weigh us down. This process isn't merely about letting go. It's a transformative journey that opens the door to the freedom and happiness you rightfully deserve. As Seneca wisely advised, associate with people who are likely to improve you. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a powerful reminder to evaluate who surrounds you. Are the people in your life uplifting and inspiring, or do they instill doubt and diminish your self-worth? Relationships, no matter how deep or familiar, can become invisible chains that restrict your growth, and yet we often hesitate to break free due to the fear of loneliness. The harsh reality is that clinging to what no longer serves you doesn't just drain your spirit, it robs you of the opportunity to embrace better paths ahead. Consider this. How often have you held on to habits or relationships simply out of familiarity, even when you sensed they no longer aligned with who you are? Think of your life as a garden overrun with weeds. If you don't remove the elements that drain your soil, how can the flowers of happiness ever bloom? Purification is a challenging endeavor that requires setting boundaries, even with those closest to you. Saying no may initially feel awkward or guilt-inducing, but remember that every time you say no to something that harms you, you are affirming yes to yourself. You are declaring that you deserve respect, peace, and love. Boundaries aren't barriers, they are the protective walls of your inner sanctuary. I once heard the story of a young woman who felt trapped in a controlling relationship. Terrified of leaving, she believed she would never find anyone who would truly accept her. One day, however, she made the brave choice to walk away. At first, the emptiness felt overwhelming, a void that seemed impossible to fill. Yet within months, she discovered that this emptiness was a gifter space where she could cultivate self-love, freedom, and healthier connections. Her life transformed the moment she dared to set boundaries and step into the unknown, even when it was daunting. You might find yourself at a similar crossroads today. On one side lies the weary comfort of familiarity. On the other, an uncharted path brimming with potential. The real question isn't whether you should change, it's whether you have the courage to embrace that change. Remember, letting go isn't an end, it's a new beginning. It's the way you create space for the life you truly deserve. So today, ask yourself, who in your life lifts you up and who pulls you down? What aspects of your daily routine nurture your growth and what holds you back? Be courageous, for the journey of cleansing negativity is ultimately the journey of rediscovering yourself whole, vibrant, and extraordinary. Once you've cleared away the negativity, you'll uncover a valuable space where light can flood in and illuminate your true self, allowing you to thrive in ways you never thought possible. Number 4, discover the power of self-worth. Stand in front of a mirror for a moment and truly look into your own eyes. Who do you see? Is it a person filled with strength, resilience, and pride, or someone still caught up in the expectations of society and the fear of not being enough? Stoicism teaches us that genuine happiness doesn't stem from seeking approval from others. Rather, it arises from recognizing and valuing the intrinsic worth that resides within us. The journey to uncovering this power is a pathway to profound freedom and inner peace. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Understanding that you can master your thoughts is where your true strength begins. Each day, take a moment to affirm, "I am worthy of love and respect." Don't just say it, feel it. Allow those words to permeate your mind, illuminating the shadows of self-doubt. Each affirmation acts like a beam of light breaking through negativity, allowing you to recognize the value that has always been within you. When was the last time you celebrated yourself? Not for something monumental, but for the small victories, the times you faced a fear and conquered it, the days you gave your best even when no one noticed, or the moments you persevered when giving up seemed easier. These achievements deserve recognition, not because they received external validation, but because you made them happen. Reflect on this. When was the last time I truly felt proud of who I am? What made me forget that I deserve love and respect? Do we really need validation from others to feel valuable? Seneca wisely noted, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." The relentless pursuit of approval from others can weigh heavily on your spirit, draining your energy. How often have you changed yourself to please someone else? How many times have you sacrificed your joy for a fleeting moment of praise? The truth is, external validation is fleeting. Your true worth lies in how you treat yourself. Think of your life as a canvas. If you constantly seek others' opinions on every brushstroke, your masterpiece will never feel complete. However, if you paint from your heart, driven by passion and authenticity, the result will possess a unique beauty that transcends anyone else's judgment. Will you live according to others' expectations, or will you take up the brush and create the life you truly desire? Stoicism encourages us to break free from societal norms. As Epictetus stated, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Who says you need a perfect family, a prestigious career, or a vibrant social life to be happy? The truth is, only you can define your happiness. Picture yourself sitting quietly by the ocean, listening to the waves and feeling the gentle breeze. Isn't that moment of peace, free from noise and judgment, a form of happiness too? You don't require applause or approval, just the freedom to be yourself. However, Stoicism goes beyond self-awareness. It urges us to take action. Transform your understanding of self-worth into concrete steps. Sign up for that class you've always wanted to take, cultivate a positive habit, or spend time each day writing in a gratitude journal. Consider the story of a man who was once overwhelmed by the fear of not being good enough at work. He decided to dedicate himself to learning a new skill he loved. Day by day, he grew more confident, not because of external accolades, but because he recognized the value in consistently improving himself. Marcus Aurelius encapsulated this perfectly. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Don't waste another moment questioning your worth. Instead, live as someone you can be proud of. So, what will you do today to affirm your self-worth? Take action, because you are deserving far more than you've ever realized. Number 5. Ignite confidence through action. Confidence is not something that magically appears. It's like a flame that needs to be kindled through consistent action and daily effort. In Stoic philosophy, action is not merely a part of life. It is the very foundation upon which we build ourselves. It's how we demonstrate that even in solitude, we can find happiness, strength, and completeness. Epictetus once said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not." This powerful insight reminds us that while we can control our actions, emotions, and the effort we put forth every day, we cannot control how others perceive us or force the world to meet our expectations. So why wait for someone or something to bring you happiness? The journey to fulfillment starts with you. Consider this scenario. You find yourself in an empty room. While some might feel the creeping sensation of loneliness, what if you viewed it as an opportunity to nurture yourself and focus on what truly matters? Start with simple actions. Maybe it's preparing a healthy meal, or finally picking up that musical instrument you've always wanted to learn. These actions are not just tasks, they are affirmations, silent declarations that say, "I am worth the effort." Confidence is built not through grand gestures, but through the small, steady steps you take each day. There's no need to rush or compete with anyone else. Success doesn't happen overnight, and you don't owe the world any proof of your worth. Reflect for a moment. What did I accomplish today that I can be proud of? It might be as simple as reading a chapter of a book, trying out a new recipe, or waking up early to start your day with intention. These small, consistent efforts create a solid foundation for confidence and happiness. However, the road to self-assurance is rarely smooth. You will face moments of self-doubt, especially when others question or disagree with your choices. But remember, you don't need anyone's approval to validate your worth. You owe no one explanations or justifications for your life. Stay true to yourself. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, life is too short to waste time debating what it means to be a good person. Instead, be one. Visualize yourself as the captain of a ship navigating through vast, uncharted waters. You will encounter storms, high waves, and turbulent winds, but as long as you keep your hands steady on the helm and continue to move forward, you will eventually reach the shore. Life is no different. You may not control the wind or the waves, but you can control how you navigate them. So take action. Don't just contemplate making change-stake steps to do so. Starting today, write down a small but meaningful plan. Make that decision you've been postponing. Don't let fear hold you back. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It's the courage to move forward despite it. Finally, ask yourself, if I do nothing, what will my life become? And if I start now, what amazing possibilities could unfold? These questions are not just reflections, they are the sparks that ignite action. Remember, happiness is not a destination but a journey, built step by step, day by day. As you take responsibility for your emotions and happiness, you will come to realize that confidence is not merely a state of being, it is a guiding light, illuminating your path through every challenge life presents. Confidence propels you forward, but for true peace of mind, you must also confront and release the emotional burdens you've carried for too long. The most challenging step may be facing your past and finding a way to heal from its wounds. Don't rush through this essential process, as it leads to a profound truth, the extraordinary power of forgiveness. Number 6. The transformative power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a profound act of strength, not just for others, but for your own soul. Picture yourself gripping a taut rope with all your might. On the other end are emotions like anger, resentment, and disappointment pulling against you with relentless force. The tighter you hold on, the more the rope digs into your hands, leaving you bruised and pained. But what if you chose to let go? What if you released that rope and stepped back? The pain would begin to fade, and before you would lie a vast open space filled with possibilities. Forgiveness is precisely this act of letting go, a conscious choice to stop inflicting harm upon yourself and to embrace the lightness and freedom that comes with it. It's crucial to understand that forgiveness doesn't mean excusing someone's wrongful actions or accepting what they did. Rather, it's a courageous decision to lay down your burdens and move forward. As Marcus Aurelius once stated, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." True strength lies not in clinging to bitterness, but in rising above it, refusing to let another's actions define who you are. Take a moment to reflect on the wounds you carry. Perhaps you've experienced betrayal from someone you trusted deeply. The anger you felt may have burned like a raging fire, leading you to believe it was protecting you from further harm. Yet, that fire, no matter how intense, only consumes the one who feeds it. Nelson Mandela wisely noted, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Holding on to resentment harms no one but yourself. When you choose to forgive, you don't need an apology. You simply need to declare to yourself, 'I've had enough. I choose to let go.'" Forgiveness is also a journey back to your true self. Many of us carry guilt and shame for past mistakes, allowing them to weigh us down like invisible chains. We replay our missteps endlessly, convincing ourselves that we don't deserve happiness. Remember, every person has moments of weakness. These moments do not define you. Mistakes are not failures, they are lessons. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Who can I become through this experience? Forgiving yourself means embracing your imperfections while recognizing the opportunity to grow into something better. Consider a river whose flow is obstructed by boulders of anger, regret, and sorrow. These stones block its path, causing stagnation and murkiness. But as you begin to remove these stones, each act of forgiveness clears away the weight, allowing the river to flow freely again, vibrant and unstoppable. Are there boulders blocking the river of your life? What might happen if you started to shift them, one at a time, with patience and courage? Forgiveness is not an easy path. It requires bravery to confront pain and vulnerability. Yet, each step toward forgiveness brings you closer to liberation. You are no longer trapped by the past, no longer shackled by the weight of negative emotions. Instead, you reclaim your life, finding peace even in solitude. Life is an unending journey of motion. You have a choice: to carry the burdens that weigh you down, or to release them and move forward with lightness. Ultimately, forgiveness is more than just an action, it is a transformation. It is a bold declaration that you refuse to let pain control your life. You choose love, peace, and a life worth living. So, what about you? Have you ever had a moment when forgiveness became the only way to move forward? Is there something you've held on to for too long, only to realize that letting go brought you the freedom you craved? Embrace the power of forgiveness, and you'll discover that it not only heals wounds but also opens doors to a brighter, more fulfilling future. Number 7. Embrace the journey of trust. Life is a journey filled with twists, turns, and unexpected detours, often leaving us feeling uncertain about the path ahead. At times, doubt may creep in, whispering questions about whether you're on the right track. However, Stoicism teaches us that life, with all its unpredictability, is not something to fear but rather something to trust. Learning to trust life's path involves surrendering to the flow, not with resignation, but with faith that every step, no matter how challenging, is guiding you toward growth and purpose. Epictetus wisely stated, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well." This encapsulates the essence of trust, accepting that not everything is within your control and finding peace in that realization. Life may not always unfold according to your plans, but that doesn't mean it's working against you. Sometimes what feels like a setback is merely a redirection towards something greater than you could have imagined. Think back to a moment in your life when things didn't go as planned. Maybe you lost an opportunity you had worked hard for, or a relationship ended abruptly. At that moment, it may have felt like the world was crumbling around you. Yet, as time passed, you likely discovered new opportunities, relationships, or strengths within yourself that wouldn't have emerged otherwise. Life has a unique way of teaching us that even in chaos there is order, even in pain there is purpose. Consider a time when you faced a significant challenge and later realized it opened doors you never anticipated. This realization can help you understand that life's detours often lead to unexpected blessings. Envision standing at the edge of a dense forest, staring at a path that disappears into the trees. The unknown can feel intimidating, but as you take the first step and then another, the path begins to reveal itself. Trusting life is akin to walking that path. You don't need to see the entire journey to move forward. You only need to take the next step with courage and faith. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it's endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. If it's unendurable, then stop complaining. Your destruction will mean its end as well." These words highlight that life's challenges, no matter how overwhelming, are temporary. Trusting life's path doesn't imply that you won't face hardship. It means having faith in your ability to endure and grow through it. So, how do you cultivate this trust? Start by embracing the present moment. Too often, we become consumed by fears of the future or regrets about the past, yet the present is all we truly possess. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what can I do right now to move forward, even if it's just a small step? Trust is built through action, by showing up for yourself, even when the path ahead is unclear. Additionally, shift your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" consider asking, "What is this teaching me?" Every experience, whether joyful or painful, carries a lesson. Perhaps it's teaching you patience, resilience, or the value of letting go. Viewing life as a teacher transforms challenges into opportunities for growth. Finally, remember that you are not alone on this journey. The universe, in its infinite complexity, has brought you to this moment, and it will continue to guide you forward. Trusting life's path means believing that you are exactly where you're meant to be, even if you don't fully understand why yet. So, take a deep breath and step forward. Trust that the path will reveal itself as you walk it. Trust that every twist and turn is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Most importantly, trust yourself, your strength, your resilience, and your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. Embrace the journey of trust, and you will discover that each step leads to a richer, more fulfilling life. Number 8. Discover the gift of solitude. In a world that constantly demands connection, validation, and noise, solitude is often misunderstood. Many people fear being alone, equating it with loneliness or emptiness, but solitude is not something to dread. Rather, it is a precious gift and a sanctuary where you can reconnect with yourself and rediscover the inner peace that lies within. The Stoics viewed solitude as an opportunity for self-reflection and growth. Seneca wisely said, "Everywhere means nowhere." When a person spends all their time in foreign travel, they end by having many acquaintances, but no friends. This insight reminds us that constantly seeking external distractions prevents us from forming a deeper relationship with the most important person in our lives, ourselves. Consider a time when you felt overwhelmed by daily demands. Perhaps you were juggling work, social obligations, and personal commitments. In the midst of that chaos, have you ever found solace in a quiet moment, whether it was a walk in the park or simply sitting in your favorite chair with a cup of tea? Those moments can be transformative, allowing you to step back and breathe. Solitude offers this kind of freedom space where you can reflect, recharge, and realign with your true self. It's a chance to step away from the chaos of the world and listen to the whispers of your own heart. Embracing solitude takes courage. It requires you to face yourself without distractions, to confront your thoughts, fears, and desires. This can feel uncomfortable at first, but it is also incredibly rewarding. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Within you lies a vast, untapped reservoir of peace and strength, and solitude is the key that unlocks it." So, how can you begin to embrace solitude? Start small. Set aside just a few minutes each day to be alone with your thoughts. Turn off your phone, step away from the noise, and simply sit in silence. You don't need to meditate or achieve anything, just allow yourself to be. Over time, you'll find that these moments of quiet become a source of comfort and clarity. Use solitude as a time for self-discovery. Ask yourself, what truly makes me happy? What do I want from life? These questions can only be answered when you turn inward, away from the influence of others. Consider keeping a journal to write down your thoughts, dreams, and fears. Let solitude become a mirror that reflects your innermost self. Remember, solitude is not isolation. It is not about cutting yourself off from the world, but about finding balance. When you embrace solitude, you return to the world with a clearer mind, a fuller heart, and a stronger sense of self. You no longer rely on others to fill your emotional gaps, because you've learned to find fulfillment within. Think of solitude as a garden. When you tend to it, nurturing it with care and patience, it blooms with beauty and abundance. But if you neglect it, allowing the weeds of distraction and noise to take over, it becomes overgrown and chaotic. Make time to cultivate your inner garden, and you'll discover that solitude is not a void, but a place of profound beauty and peace. So, the next time you find yourself alone, resist the urge to fill the silence. Instead, embrace it, sit with it, explore it. In solitude, you will find not only yourself, but also the strength to navigate the world with grace and resilience. Solitude is not something to fear. It is an opportunity to grow, reflect, and ultimately appreciate the beauty that lies within you. How will you choose to embrace solitude in your life? Number 9. Embrace daily gratitude. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most transformative practices you can adopt in your life. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already possess, filling your heart with contentment and joy. The Stoics recognized the profound power of gratitude, with Marcus Aurelius stating, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you do not have, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to overlook the abundance. We often take the small, everyday blessings for granted: the warmth of sunlight on our skin, the taste of a favorite meal, the sound of laughter, or even the simple fact that we woke up this morning. Gratitude invites us to pause and truly see these moments for what they are: gifts. Think of your life as a garden. Gratitude is the water that nourishes it, helping flowers of joy and fulfillment bloom. Without it, the garden withers, overtaken by weeds of dissatisfaction and comparison. By cultivating gratitude, you nurture beauty and abundance in your life. How can you practice gratitude every day? Start with a simple exercise. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be grand or life-changing. Sometimes the smallest things carry the most meaning. Perhaps it's a kind word from a friend, a moment of quiet reflection, or the comfort of your favorite chair. Over time, this practice trains your mind to seek out the positive, even in challenging situations. Gratitude also helps you reframe difficulties. When faced with hardship, consider asking yourself, what can I learn from this? What hidden blessing might this experience hold? For instance, a setback at work might teach you resilience, or a conflict with a loved one could deepen your understanding of their perspective. Embracing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means finding value in every experience, even the tough ones. Reflect on a time when a challenging situation ultimately led to personal growth or a new opportunity. These moments can illustrate how gratitude transforms our perception of life's challenges. Another powerful way to cultivate gratitude is to express it. Take a moment to thank the people who have made a difference in your life. Write a note, send a message, or express your appreciation in person. Gratitude strengthens relationships, deepens connections, and spreads positivity. When you express gratitude, you not only uplift others but also remind yourself of the richness of your life. Consider how a simple thank you can brighten someone's day and reinforce the bonds you share. The beauty of gratitude is that it grows the more you practice it. The more you focus on what you have, the less power your worries and desires hold over you. You begin to realize that happiness isn't found in chasing what's next, it's found in appreciating what's here, right now. So, take a deep breath and look around you. What can you be grateful for in this moment? Perhaps it's the device you're using to read this, the time you've taken for yourself, or the opportunity to grow and learn. Gratitude is always available to you. It's a choice, a perspective, a way of life. By embracing gratitude daily, you open the door to a more fulfilling and joyful existence, transforming not only your outlook, but also the world around you. What small act of gratitude can you incorporate into your life today? Number 10. Live with purpose and intention. Living with purpose and intention means aligning your actions with your values and striving for a meaningful life. It's about being deliberate in how you spend your time, energy, and focus, ensuring that every step you take brings you closer to the person you aspire to be. The Stoics believed that purpose is the foundation of a virtuous and fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and impulse toward are wasting their time even when hard at work." Without a clear purpose, life can feel aimless, like a ship adrift at sea. However, with purpose, you possess a compass to guide you, even through the stormiest waters. To live with purpose, you must first define what that purpose is for you. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What kind of person do I want to be? How can I contribute to the world? Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as being a kind and supportive friend, pursuing a craft you're passionate about, or raising a loving family. The key is to identify what brings you fulfillment and aligns with your core values. Reflect on a time when you felt truly alive. What were you doing? Who were you with? These moments can provide insight into what your purpose might be. Once you've defined your purpose, the next step is to live with intention. This means being mindful of your choices and ensuring they reflect your purpose. Too often, we fall into the trap of autopilot, going through the motions without considering whether our actions align with what we truly want. Living with intention requires you to pause, reflect, and ask, is this choice bringing me closer to my purpose or pulling me away from it? Think of your life as a garden. Your purpose is the vision of what you want your garden to become: a vibrant, flourishing space. Living with intention is the act of tending to that garden every day, planting seeds of positivity, removing weeds of distraction, and nurturing the soil with patience and care. Over time, your efforts will bear fruit, and your life will reflect the beauty of your purpose. However, living with purpose and intention isn't always easy. It requires discipline, focus, and the courage to say no to things that don't serve your goals. It also means embracing failure as a part of the journey. The Stoics remind us that setbacks are not the end. They are opportunities to learn and grow. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Each challenge you face is a chance to reaffirm your commitment to your purpose. Consider a time when you faced a setback. Did it lead you to a new opportunity or perspective? These experiences can deepen your understanding of your purpose. To stay connected to your purpose, build habits that support it. Create a daily routine that includes time for reflection, planning, and action. Surround yourself with people who inspire and encourage you. And most importantly, celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Every step forward is a victory. Living with purpose and intention transforms your life from ordinary to extraordinary. It gives you a sense of direction, fulfillment, and inner peace. You wake up each day knowing that your actions matter, contributing to something greater than yourself. When the time comes to look back on your life, you'll do so with pride, knowing that you lived fully and authentically. So, take a moment to reflect. What is your purpose? What steps can you take today to live with intention? The answers to these questions are the first steps on a journey toward a meaningful and fulfilling life. Embrace this journey, and you will discover the richness that comes from living with purpose and intention. To truly love yourself and find happiness alone is to embark on the most transformative journey of your life. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you, embracing solitude as a powerful tool for self-discovery, and cultivating gratitude and purpose in every step you take. As you begin to trust life's path and purify your inner world from negativity, you'll uncover a strength and peace that no external validation could ever provide. Remember, you are enough as you are, and the power to create a meaningful, fulfilling life resides within you. So, take that first step to de-release the chains of doubt, embrace the beauty of your own company, and live with intention and purpose. Let the wisdom of Stoicism guide you, and together, we'll continue to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Subscribe to Stoic Philosophical Community and join us on this incredible journey to becoming your best self. What will you do today to honor the person you truly are? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.